Welcome everyone to the City Council, our regular meeting tonight. Let's go ahead and call our meeting to order and have roll call.
Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall. Davis.
Here.
Coldiron.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea.
Here.
Worthing.
Here. All right, we've got quorum. And tonight our invocation by Pastor Ron Fike. So the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Lawrence. It's an honor to be here, so thank you. Well, let's pray. Gracious God, we gather today with gratitude for the opportunity to serve our community and seek the common good. And we're grateful for your guidance and for all the opportunities before us. And thank you for all the good folks using their skills and their talents to make Perry a great place to live. Father, grant to our council members clarity of mind tonight, integrity of heart, spirit of cooperation. Help them listen well, speak with honesty and respect, and act with faith and courage. And may their decisions reflect a deep commitment to fairness and stewardship and the well-being of all who call Perry home. And remind us of all our shared responsibility to care for one another. In moments of disagreement, bring patience and understanding, and in moments of challenge, grant perseverance and wisdom. Bless this time and this meeting and these good folks, that it may be a fruitful time for the flourishing of our community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. And then also, you've probably had a busy weekend.
Yeah, we
You
did.
wanna Tell us about some of the events that you guys have had.
Yeah, I'd love to tell you. I knew you probably asked, so I actually made a list this time. So I went back to the beginning of the year and just fill you in on some of the stuff. We had 5 of our young people complete the confirmation class and join the church. So that was exciting. We baptized 4 of our kids since January, so that's exciting too. My wife and I have been here 5 years now, so celebrated our 5th anniversary with the church. Love it, love Perry, love the church. It's a great place, and so we're happy here. 2 of our special services, Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, we had over 60 people at those special services, so that was wonderful. It's not a Sunday, so it's great when people show up for those. And yesterday we had about 150 people at the Easter worship service, so it was a good crowd and a lot of fun. We average about 80. Our average this year is about 80 for our Sunday worship services. And we have about 50 kids. We're blessed. Miss Sherry Schiffer's been our Christian Ed director and youth director for going on 17 years now. So it's just tremendous stability and love for the congregation, the backbone of the congregation. And so she's the reason we have about so many young families and about 50 kids between birth and high school age. So Essie and Chloe are juniors. So gosh, our members are heavily involved in the community. And we love that. We encourage that. This time of the year, they're coaching ball teams. They're getting ready for dance recitals. And serving on the city council. And planning this summer's rodeos. We have rodeoers and farm folks and helping with school functions and much more. So some things that are coming up that you might want to know about. Baccalaureate. Miss Sherry plans that with the help of some of the other youth folks here in the community. So the senior class, baccalaureate for them is at the school auditorium, 2 p.m. Sunday, May 3rd, and Pastor Steve Smith from Nazarene Church is preaching for that. We'll have Vacation Bible School May 26th to the 29th. We usually have 45, 55, 60 kids at VBS. June, our church takes a Sabbath rest. We still have Sunday services, of course. But that's about it. They're not much. We have a session meeting and our Sunday services, and that's about it. So we take a Sabbath rest in June. In July, our deacons, and Shay's one of our deacons, they'll ramp back up, doing collections for backpack blessings. And so in early August, we'll have 230, 250 kids come through and get school supplies. And so that's one of our big mission outreaches for the year. And then we'll enjoy our big back-to-school bash. We always get a dunk tank. I sit on the dunk tank, and the kids show off their throwing skills and love to dunk the faster, so we have a lot of fun. So,
what does it take to be able to show up to that?
Just a swimsuit and a hat. The kids then, they dunked me one time, and then they all want to get up on the seat and be dunked. So I only get dunked one time, and then I help them in there, and they have a ball. So yeah, it's a good time. So that's kind of where we are right now. So thanks for the opportunity to share.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
You betcha. So God bless y'all. Thanks for your service.
Thanks, Ron.
You betcha.
All right, well, let's jump into item number 1, our consent agenda. And Danette's not here, so someone else is gonna have to make motions tonight.
Motion to approve consent agenda?
Second.
All right, then roll call.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Wortham.
Yes. Okay, we do not have any comments from those assembled, so we'll go on item number 5, our proclamations, commendations, reports, and inquiries by the governing body. We'll jump into our council reports and start off with Ward 1. Scott?
I don't have anything.
Shay?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people, strangely, just in the last couple of weeks, ask about the hours at the library, specifically on Saturday.
It's not open on Saturday.
Right, but like if that's ever open for consideration.
I don't know.
So.
Maybe something to ask Pam.
Yeah, I can have a report more about it in the next meeting. It's a library board meeting. But ultimately, hours are not dictated, but set by the state, since it's our population size is under a certain amount. And so I'll have to ask her if that's criteria that we have to follow in order to get state funding, or if it's just suggested.
Yeah, and is it set by the state as far as minimum hours or
That's what I
maximum?
need to check,
Okay.
yeah, to see if, hey, can we exceed that, or is that, I'll ask her. I'll have her do a report on it in the next council meeting during the library board meeting.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, thank you, Shay. Joe?
I don't have anything at this time.
Awesome.
I don't have anything.
Randy?
I don't have anything either.
All right, Derek?
I will in a second.
You will in a second, all right. Sammy?
I don't have anything.
No? All right. I just know that, so this Friday is the high school play. And in Rotary today, Pastor Bell brought that up and invited everybody. It's at 6:30 at the auditorium. It's $5, or you can bring a canned good item to donate to the food pantry. Josh, or Pastor Bell, really wants to try and fill the auditorium for the students. They've been working hard on that. The play is 12 Evil Villains. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, 12 Evil Villains. And apparently it's, I know you're counting around the table here. How many people are around here? It's based on our city council. No, it's Peter Pan is on trial for the murder of Captain Hook. And so it's supposed to be pretty funny, and the kids worked hard on it. And so Josh wanted to make sure that we invited everyone out to that, and would love to see the city council and city come out and support the students in their endeavors. Other than that, I don't think I had anything else. Other than, like I said, Nate and I today were at Rotary, and we spoke to Rotary and gave them an update of some of the things that we've got coming up and happening in Perry, which is quite a bit. But I think the Rotarians and everyone there were pretty impressed. I mean, afterwards, I had quite a few come up to me and just mention that we are taking on a lot, and there's a lot of exciting things happening, and they were thrilled to see it. As we talked about through some of their questions, they were, again, getting more and more excited, getting answers to their questions and seeing things actually happening. Nate, do you have anything to add from Rotary?
No, I think you covered it.
All right. Well, then with that, we will jump into committee reports. So today we do have an update on the HP committee, which Derek's the chair of that, and so we'll turn it over to you.
We had a meeting last week. We've had a couple. We have what we've adopted so far, and I'll get into a little bit further, but is quarterly meetings, and then any special meetings if there's any applications that require specific dates prior to that. Or if their schedule is prior to our next quarterly meeting. But I think we've had about 8 applications so far, just with a couple meetings. A few of them been murals, some of them projects on buildings. Everything has been approved. been some really good conversation around those. It's great to see the work that's going on several buildings downtown. And first, I'd like to thank those people that are putting in the work, and they are really, their mindset is around exactly what we'd hoped with putting this HP program together. As a committee, a couple of things that we've identified with growing pains of getting this started is the communication out to the people, as well as some of our procedures internally. So one of our items on our agenda that we're going to leave on there for a while is talking about those things and then try to improve those processes. Had a conversation with Nate. We're hoping to try and get a page on the website here in the future that lays out how to apply and what you need to apply for and those things, and then possibly send out be proactive and send out a communication to all the current owners, as well as there's hopefully some things coming that would allow for anybody checking in to buying a building or things like that to get that communication out. So that's where we're at currently, and it's cool to see all the movement going on downtown.
So if somebody's got questions, can they come to the meeting and kind of an open dialogue with maybe a project they might have or looking to do?
Yeah, look good, for sure. The other thing would be Renee, I think would be a good first person to reach out to ask questions or find out, and that's probably something we should talk about too, is putting a meeting schedule out there. That didn't specifically come up, but it is a thought that I had. So
Yeah.
getting a meeting schedule so that people know that would be good too. So.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I think the only thing I would add is, because I don't think you got the credit you deserve for it. This last meeting was huge. Like, there was like 10, 12 items. I mean, it was massive. There's a lot going on, as Mayor alluded to, and this is specifically in the downtown. So thanks to Derek and to all those on the HP committee. We appreciate the feedback and are excited to continue to implement it and make this better. It's a brand new ordinance, and so we're really excited to continue implementing and see what comes of it.
To your point, we got a great committee, a good team of people.
I guess kind of talk about that for those that are watching or listening. Who's on the committee?
Currently, Nate and I were just having a discussion really I think we've had 2 real formal meetings since everything was adopted. But we already have some term limits coming up on the committee. So Nate and I were just talking about probably needing to get something on this agenda for coming up. But we have Stacy Wilson, who's a realtor. We have Laura Vollmer, who's on Main Street. Phil Salvati, who is a business owner, and Larry Belk, currently, who's an architect and lives here in the community. Each one of them brings and I don't remember the specific requirements. I don't want to say them incorrectly, but there are requirements for kind of who we seek out to be on there. And it's good because everybody brings a different perspective and a piece of knowledge to the table. So.
And you're the city council representative?
City council, yeah. I'm the city council representative.
And how long are the terms?
They were staggered up front
Yeah.
because it was new. But is it 2 years?
I believe so. We'll have that all laid
We'll
out
have
for you
that
guys.
for this agenda.
Some were 2 and some
I'm
were
just
3.
curious.
Something like that.
Something, yeah.
Goes 2 and 3, or 1 and 2. And we'll get it to you soon.
Yeah.
I was just curious. You said they're almost up, so it was short.
I think because it was brand new, some of the terms were shorter than a normal term.
Right,
But-
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Derek? Thank you, Derek. Let's go on to item number 6, our city manager updates.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a few things to go over. The first is the main kill-out project's going very well. They finished on Holly Street and moved on to Ivanhoe. We've been updating residents through Facebook posts and then door hangers as well to let people know when they're going to be out of water, which has worked pretty well. We've only had one person call in and complain. I ended up handling that one personally, which went really well. I think she was happy with the result. But yeah, that project's going really well.
So Nate, so far, how long has the average water been off at a residence?
3 to 4 hours. If it exceeds that, people are supposed to reach out because we don't know if they're off. Like, we assume when we turn the main back on that everyone on that street should be on, right? And so we've asked, hey, please reach out to us after 4 hours if you don't have water, because we may not know about it, right? So, yeah, we try to keep it in just those short increments for people and give them a heads up. In terms of our other infrastructure, large infrastructure project, just so the council's aware, the sludge box project with CDBG has gone out for bids. So it's officially being bid on right now. We'll open bids between now and our May 4th meeting, and hopefully have something to present to you then in terms of who we should award the bid to. So that one's moving along as well. The community may have noticed Pilot has poured their concrete slab, which is exciting. There's a lot of movement going on there. Amazon is moving very quickly. They're still planning on opening in the fall. Roads, they'll pave both John Wayne and Gloria Brown in May. So those are coming up really quick. The airport project's proceeding very well. Also, they're 2 months ahead of schedule and plan on finishing up in May. So we're working on updating lease language right now and renting each one of those out for $500 a month. Terrence has said that there's a lot of interest, that he doesn't anticipate any issues filling those. So that's going really well. The dam project, we have 4 agreements that need signing. We have 2 of those done. The last 2, I think there's just some questions from the Rural Water District, which we're working through those and don't anticipate any issues. And the Charter Oak, which I think that's actually wrong, I think it should be Heritage Production, is the gas line, and they just wanted a little bit more time to review the agreement, but don't anticipate any issues there either. So that's proceeding really, really well, and we're hoping to have something in the very near future in terms of finalization and movement on that in the bidding.
So once those are signed, kind of what's the timeline after that?
Yeah, after that, I think they've talked about, the last meeting Bryce Coe and I went to, they talked about having everything finalized in summer and then going out to bid in fall. So they're actually, yeah, they're really close.
If they go out to bid in the fall, will they start this year, or would they have to wait until after winter?
I don't know their bid process. I don't know how long they are required to have those bids out, so I can't answer that, but I can find out and let you know.
It's the same as ours.
Same as ours.
Since a lot of it's grading, I don't think that the cold will change it. There's going to be a lot of grading.
Yeah.
Dirt work to do will be months and months, so I think it'll get going fairly quickly.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Coming due on that. It's budget season, so I've sent invitations out to all of our council members for that. We're excited to present the budget to you and talk about some fee schedules and those types of changes and get kind of preliminary approval before bringing it here for a vote. So we're excited with that, and that's coming up. Those are kind of the main projects that I've been working on, unless there's any specific questions. Oh, I will do a reminder on, we have the citywide cleanup coming up. That is going to be on, let's see, the 18th. Thank you. So just a reminder to the community, we'll be out gathering stuff that Saturday. If you have anything that needs to be thrown away, that's a great day to do it and get some help.
And these are for like bigger items that you couldn't normally
Yep,
haul away on your own.
that's correct, yep. So excited. Well, bigger items and small things you can bring, you know, whatever. Maybe it's just a good day to say, hey, we're gonna clean out the garage that day. So that there's people there to help you throw it in the truck and get rid of it, so.
So you just have to call into the city and just have it to the curb, or just have it to the street?
Yeah, that's typically the rule. It kind of depends on the item, but if you're worried like, oh, is this going to be too much? Definitely call in. Yeah, so
You should call the
we can
city,
coordinate.
and if you need help moving something, we do have a list.
Okay.
Yep. The last update I actually forgot that I was going to give is the public safety facility that's been talked about and not finalized, but the idea would be to have a fire station. Melanie and Josh Bell have been working very, very hard on that and have done a great job. We submitted a budget to Congressman Frank Lucas's office, and that is going through an approval process right now. If we're approved, they'll give us the full 12 million to do that project.
Whoa.
So we're literally like
Really?
right there. It'll be a yes or no. It's not a partial. It's not, we'll give you 3 million. No, it's 12 or nothing. So we'll find out if we get that soon. We're thinking June, and then hopefully we'll be able to move full steam ahead on that.
Wow.
So some really, really awesome stuff going on.
Is there
in
anything
Perry
that
right
we
now.
can do to
Yeah,
help?
I think
Call,
reach out
write a letter or
to
something?
Frank Lucas and,
Uh-huh.
and say we're behind this 100%. I think their staff's on board too, but politics. So
Yeah.
any people reaching out, they're going to be excited about.
Okay.
So yeah, more to come on that hopefully in the coming weeks. And again, just a shout out to Josh and Melanie, have done a great job. So I have some more stuff to report on, but that'll be later in the strategic plan portion. So I'll stop with that unless there's questions.
Any questions for Nate?
I do have one. You
Yeah.
reminded me of one I had on the Amazon project.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we had anything built in there, but you mentioned the pavement of 2 of the roads, but due to that, they've had a detour and they were taking the east-west road that's not going to get paved, and now that's deteriorated some. Did we have anything in the agreement to help restore that back to?
No, but we have a good enough relationship that I could just ask them and they would do it, I'm sure.
It's not horrible, but I just noticed it had been degrading a little bit compared to what it was. So.
I appreciate you bringing that up. I'll bring it to their attention and ask them, hey, can you guys restore this after
Those are
work?
pretty nice roads
It
for
was
not
very
being
nice,
paved.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they will be willing, Derek, so appreciate you.
Thank you.
What was their date on opening?
They're looking at October, November, late October, early November.
And the pilot? I know that one got shifted quite a bit.
I don't know, but I know their original deadline was June, but they're obviously not going to meet that. Have you heard any update, Bryce, on?
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I'd say January, but your guess is as good as mine.
Have you heard
Guess
anything?
November then.
Should we bet?
That'd be fun.
Dinner?
What's your best
Pretty
bet?
pricey, but I know if you eat.
He said November.
Have there been any updates on the Stuckies?
No, I've reached out to their owner several times, and he keeps kind of giving me the runaround, like, yeah, because I sent him a potential term sheet, right? I'm like, hey, what if we were to help incentivize this project and tie you down to timelines? What would that look like? And he's been like, oh yeah, I'll read it, and he's just kind of giving me the runaround. I'll keep trying. I don't know that I have a great deal of confidence right now. It feels like to me that what they presented is not what they're doing. And that they're just cutting a lot of corners and trying to renovate rather than completely rebuild. So we'll see what comes of it.
Any update on housing? Any of the projects we've got going on with housing?
Yeah, we've been working, Flesky's team is replatting the malls on property on 25th Street right now. Once they get that replatted, next steps are to proceed with the permitting and the construction. so they're getting closer. With Locust Street, the parcel out there, we're working on P3 financing to help with the $4 million barrier that we run into with the infrastructure. And we're planning on submitting something with that P3 in the next, probably June is when we're looking to do it. And the reason why is because we'd like to tie that to kind of a general housing in Perry rather than just that specific project, so that we can get more funding to do some other things. With the PUD that we talked about a few weeks ago, we actually met today with Garrett Baker. Talked about that, did kind of a preliminary meeting, which went really, really well. We anticipate him submitting something in the near future on that. And then with the tower addition stuff, we're getting close. I don't want to speak too much because we're not done with that. That was executive session stuff, but we're very close to closing.
Good.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Nate. Okay, so item number 7. So this one I'll actually turn over to Derek. Give him credit where credit's due. Derek did all the research on this and he actually put this resolution together. And so, Derek, I'll let you take over this one.
Okay, I appreciate it. You guys have a handout. The one in the packet doesn't quite have Bryce's finishing touches on it. When I put this together, I was trying to keep it pretty broad for many different entities, so Bryce put some touches to make this fit for our council here. Just a couple minor changes with signature lines down at the bottom, and then putting the city council, the city of Perry, Oklahoma in here. But other than that, the wording's pretty close to what you guys had in your packet. So there's state question 832 coming. The vote is in June. And what that will do is raise minimum wage. There's some wording in there currently about bumping it up in 25 and 26. Well, if this were to pass, it would go straight to the 27 number. So it'd be 12. They'd be bumping. January 1, it would bump to $12 an hour, and then by 29, minimum wage would have increased 107% in the state. It also removes quite a few exemptions that exist for farm and agricultural workers, miners, feed store employees, things like that. And so this would wreck small businesses in Oklahoma. Minimum wage was never meant to be a living wage when it was implemented, and this is actually trying to make minimum wage a living wage versus what it has always been. And I would hope that in a lot of cases, small businesses are paying above the minimum wage already, but by dictating this, and then after 29, it doesn't end in 29. After that, the minimum wage would be adjusted by the consumer price index after that. And I know there's a few small business owners around here, but this would be pretty bad on some of the businesses. So I don't know if anybody has any questions of me, but what we're asking here is this would say that we are opposed to state question 832 and ask our constituents to vote no on that, and also let our legislators know that we have adopted this resolution.
Are we opposed to it in this form, the increase as it is, or opposed to increasing the minimum wage in general.
The way this is written, it's in the form of the way.
Because it's been since, it's 2008 since the last time it was increased to $7.25. So I see, I mean, having two
This is
small businesses.
specifically in opposition to the state question, the way it's written. Not necessarily in.
So Bryce, as we vote on this and we pass it, what's the next step for this resolution? Where does it go?
Well, we send it to our senator and to our representative. And quite frankly, I'm going to put it on a number of other council agendas. I think that the cities are working with OML to try to defeat this measure. The minimum wage has been low for a long time. I wish that when these things came through, the state would step up and, even submit an alternate provision. That's how we end up with bad law. These referendum questions get submitted and we end up with bad law that has to be corrected after the time. But, I think that's probably what we do. If the newspaper carries a story, that would also put that out there. I mean, you could decide to publish this in the newspaper if you wanted to.
Bryce, what are the exemptions that it would eliminate? For what did I see? For part-time workers, students, minors, and ag?
It's mostly related to young people and agricultural workers. There's a series of exceptions for, agriculture's cut it out of a lot of the state because their vote pretty much, runs a lot of it. And there are, for instance, lifeguards wouldn't be affected by this. I mean, that would be one of the exemptions, but those are eliminated. I mean, those are eliminated in this, so.
It's funny, lifeguards.
Restaurant workers or.
I know nothing about that. I mean,
To a certain extent, they would be because so the waitress pay wouldn't necessarily increase by the minimum wage, but there is an understanding that their tipped wages have to equal the minimum wage.
yes.
So if this were to go up to those points, then the owners
Combination
of the
of two.
business would be affected in that way.
Lifeguards do make $15 an hour nowadays
Do they really?
because there's such a shortage of them.
Yeah, there really is a
Yeah.
major, in most of my cities, there's
Right.
a real major. And of course, that's what often drives that in places as wages go up, but
I think this is important because I don't want it to hurt our small businesses. What I struggle with is making it, if it is, goes as the way it is, I don't want it to look like, I can't speak for the council, but that I would vote for something that would not increase or that would make it look like the minimum wage as is okay. That's the part that I would be like, I certainly think that this would be hard and I don't like being able to have to jump from here to here.
I assume if this doesn't pass, it's going to get a lot of support. And that's how concepts then become issues in subsequent legislative sessions. So there may be an opportunity at some point for us to look at that. As you know, states and even cities can set, a wage in that area if they feel that that's, they haven't taken that power away from us yet.
I think the thing that concerned me was this seems very political for a body that we don't even run by party
It is.
designation or anything like that. I mean, I think this is a decision each one of us need to make as citizens, but I struggle with a city council deciding that we need to be on the right or the left-hand side of this question. It's just, it doesn't feel like it's our job to go do that.
I don't think he meant it that way, but I don't look at it as right or left issue.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, you just said red, I know, I don't think you meant it that way. I just-
Red or blue?
Well, or just up or down. I don't personally feel like it's something we need to be weighing in on. I mean, gas has gone up $1 a gallon, we're not weighing in on the fact that that is affecting our costs. I mean, I think there are certain things that we really need to work on as a city council. And there are things that we need the public to go decide on their own that are bigger and different than what we are.
I think being aware of what this state question is important.
And that's part of the reason why I bring this before us is to help make people aware and understand. We as a council do a lot to try and promote small business here in town. I mean, we've seen when big business leaves town, how that hurts. And so over the years since we've lost some big business, we've really been trying to prop up small business. And I think it kind of does fit within our wheelhouse to protect those businesses that we've tried to encourage to come here and get involved in our community. But
I appreciate the work that's gone behind it, Derek and Bryce. The way it is written right now, I would have a hard time voting yes. Not saying that I don't want to support our small businesses. I mean, look at how many people around here have those. But it feels like it would be saying that, it does feel like it would tie us somewhat politically. I think it would be read like that. And I'm just one voice on the council.
You guys are often unanimous in your votes, and I think there's power in that. But on the other hand, it's totally okay, to pass something by not a unanimous vote. And I think people expressing, I'm not voting for this because of X. I think that's great. Don't feel like you can't make a motion and move forward.
And something like this just takes a simple majority, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we can bring it back. Is it the wording that?
I think I would feel better if it pointed out the concerns that the city council has, but doesn't say that we are opposing the measure. Because then we are just educating the public on what could be happening.
Does it change, what?
I just don't feel good at all that we're saying the city of Perry thinks you ought to vote one direction.
What stance is the chamber taking on this, the statewide chamber? I'm sure that they've got good information out there on it, which I would think would probably go along with this. I think more education than,
I hear very few people even talking about the state question.
It's still early.
Well, it's June. It's really not that far away. And
June.
just,
I think Russ was talking last week about the ad valorem tax, or that. Like, I do think that there's education that the community, if they're not talking about it, they need to.
Right.
I just don't know about a proclamation
And even something that, well,
or resolution.
yeah, but like the ad valorem, even us as a city council could take a position educating the public on what effect that could have on us as a city council and, managing the city's finances and things like that. We can take that kind of approach with this as well, where we're educating the public, like if this were to go through, here's some of the repercussions or some of the things that could happen to our community. This is how this state questions that could affect us in particular.
Yeah. My husband's probably out there going, shake, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, speaking as not as a mayor, but as a business owner, jumping up to $15 an hour would change the way that I would have to do business. My rates at the hotel would have to go up. Even, talking about, you served as the CEO of the YMCA and thinking about other nonprofits, how that would affect, those kind of nonprofit organizations where they have very strict and tight budgets that they're already managing, and having to be managed to be like, well, all of your employees have to be here.
Well, similar to when the Department of Labor was looking at the non-exempt number going up significantly, like
Right.
20,000. Yeah, we certainly had to look at it then, and then it didn't happen, but
So was this final? This was what we're
This
wanting
is-
to do, because it says resolution number 2026 dash blank. So what, I mean, if we
So the
were
recommendation
going
is,
to
yeah,
pass something, what would we be?
it would be this as written. The recommendation is to approve this.
He asked about what the dash was.
Oh, what the dash there was, so that, it would be 26-05. If that's, I mean, this would be the 5th resolution that we've done so far this year. And we still have time before June 16th to, you know, if we wanted to reword it or take another look at it, we could.
I think that all, I mean, it's just that 6th paragraph. The rest of it, I feel like is what we're wanting as far as letting people know what the question is about. It's just us urging the voters to vote no to it feels a little heavy-handed. But I can't do.
That's, I mean, that's part of the action of a resolution is that.
Right.
I just don't know. I mean, is it a resolution that we need?
Probably don't want to hear my opinion because I'm the one that wrote it, so. I would say yes.
I just will add that this isn't a constitutional amendment. This is an amendment to Title 40, which is a statute on labor. And the even if it passes, the legislature can repeal it, probably wouldn't, but can amend it, can lower it, can do, can do what they want. It's not like that marijuana
Yeah.
one where, where they could do something on enforcement and the like, but they couldn't take it out. So this one is a little different.
I don't know if any more time would make a difference. Like if we feel the way, if people feel the way they do.
I think Lawrence was talking about bringing something else as opposed to this, but
Do you know what that would be, Lawrence? Like what you're thinking?
For her to reword a portion of that?
I mean, what would the call of action be? I mean, I think that would be the only difference.
I think to your point, I didn't want to, since I wrote it, but I'll just make a motion to approve it. And see where the motion takes us.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'll second it.
There's a second, okay, there's a second. Let's have roll call.
Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
No.
Davis.
No.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
No.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
No.
And Wortham.
No. Now we'll move on to item number 8. So our strategic plan update. So this meeting, we're going to be talking about our communication topic. And so Nate actually has quite a bit to share with us.
Yeah, I have a few updates that are really exciting, and also I'd like this to be a discussion after those updates or before. Maybe we'll look at the updates first, and then kind of open it up and get some feedback about communication generally, like we've done with the other topics. So, Tyson, if you'll put my screen up there, I will share some of these updates. So the first thing I wanted to share is regarding the Facebook engagement. Autumn has done an incredible job over the last 8-9 months since we gave this to her to kind of spearhead. And I have some stats here that are pretty exciting. So since December 16th, she's done 46 posts on Facebook, which have been roughly about 3 per week, which is what we're targeting. We don't want one every day. We don't want to overwhelm people, but we do want to inform. So we've been going for about 3 a week. Views by followers, we've seen a 28.5% increase. And by non-followers, we've seen the 71.5% increase. Total views, we've seen 384,391 total views since then, which is awesome, which is an increase of 102%. And then followers generally, we've seen 466 people click follow since that December 16th date. So she really has been doing an amazing job. Any one of those stats in of itself is pretty impressive, and all of them together is awesome. Just awesome she's been doing so. If you haven't looked at our Facebook post recently, I'll just say it's worth checking out. She's doing a great job. So that's one aspect of communication. Another aspect is kind of the communication with the commercial world. And so we've been looking and actually applied for a Malzahn grant to get Melanie and I to go out to the ICSC, which is the International Council of Shopping Centers. It's the biggest retail event in the United States that they do annually in Vegas every year. And there are thousands of retailers there. So they go to this, and people go to this and kind of pitch land transactions. And what we've been told by some developers is that if the person you're talking to isn't the one making the decision, so for example, hey, we want Chick-fil-A here, who do we talk to? It'll either be that person or we'll get their business card. So just a really, really great event and an opportunity to kind of pitch Perry. And in preparation for that, we talked to a developer, Eric Flusky, and he said, listen, you need a landing page that showcases Perry and what you have to offer. And so Tyson made this landing page, and I love it. And let's see what you guys think about it.
Can we use this for the movies too?
What was that?
And can we use this for the movies coming, like the movies that want to be made here?
Yeah, we'll use it for everything. Yeah, we'll use it for everything because it really showcases Perry.
I thought you meant like playing at the movie
No,
theaters,
like,
like
you know how
before
they
the
said
movie.
they want pictures and videos and all the things.
Yeah, they need all that stuff. So yeah, we will do that. But so when you first go on, it's got drone footage of Perry and a lot of the properties that we're going to be showcasing. So when you scroll down, it's got just kind of some general why Perry. It's got some stats, which we're going to beef up. And then breaks into the available properties, which this is the real meat of the website, because people want to know, okay, I want a property that sits in this location, next to I-35 or whatever. And so this has the various properties which we have to offer, and descriptions. If you click on any one of these, it has a really nice drone photo, a longer description, and then image gallery, which really breaks down the image a little bit better. So like you can see there, it shows the different businesses next to it. And then if you feel like, oh, that property isn't quite what I was looking for, it has related properties on here that you can then check out.
Cool.
So very, very cool. It's got, we need to tie some more stats to this about traffic flows and about just Perry in general. And so we're going to do that before ICSC, but the thought process is we're just going to go, we're going to meet with people. We have one of Eric Flusky's team members is going to go to help make introductions and set up meetings for this first year for us. And we're just gonna give out hundreds and hundreds of business cards that have a QR code that'll take people to the site, so that they can
So
see it.
can you get to this site though from our webpage?
You will be able to. You can't currently, it's a standalone right now, but
Okay.
you will be able to. Yeah. And we'll also give them to, we'll give pamphlets to Chamber, to Main Street, so that they can give them out to people as they come in. So. I don't know about you guys, but I think Tyson did an amazing job on this. I think it looks awesome. It's informative enough to be helpful, but it's not overwhelming like some of the other sites that we looked at. So.
Even on our city website, can we get that drone footage video playing on that?
Yes, a couple other council members have asked that. I don't know. I need to talk with them and see if Apogee has any restrictions on how that would work. I don't know. Because it does look really good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It looks really nice.
Well, that'd be a great tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thought process is, hey, we'll just keep updating these as, you know, different properties become available, or as stuff is bought, we can then say,
Right.
oh, look, instead of just a pilot there's a Jack in the Box too, you know, things like that.
And with that convention, going to those retail conventions, I think that's fantastic that, you know, we can get Perry out there now instead of kind of waiting for things to come to us.
Yep.
We can start getting more aggressive with that. We have lots of land
Yep.
that's ready to go.
Yeah, the proactivity there is something I'm excited about too. If you look at some of the other retailers that we may have in the near future, they were reached out to. We got them by being proactive, right, rather than reactive. So.
Where are we hosting that?
ICS?
Where are we hosting the website?
Oh, it's on developperry.com. You're talking what platform?
Yeah.
It was
Wix.
Wix.
Okay.
Wix.
So we have,
Voice from the back.
Yeah, from the closet there.
we have plenty of, we're prepared for metrics and all that, Tyson. So we can see what,
Sure.
perfect,
I can give you the answer on the one before, but I don't know the answer on.
perfect, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and then lastly, I wanted to show if people want to contact us based on what they see, they can then fill this out, send it in, we get the email on it. So.
Okay.
Very cool communication tool that was just recently completed. The other piece of that is we've been working with Heartland Forward. You haven't heard their name in a while, but they're the ones who reached out to us and said, hey, do you want to be part of our 15 cities that we invest in as an investment-ready city? That they're kind of helping us connect with different retailers and help us get data and things that we need in order to pitch this. And they've made this site that really looks, it isn't public yet, but the thought would be take some of these stats that they have here and make them into a public site that is connected to this Develop Perry, so that they click, you know, maybe there's a stats about Perry or something, right? So that when a retailer is like, okay, well, I like how this property looks, but will Perry meet my needs, right? Does it have the traffic? Does it have the income levels? Does it have the, I mean, we've even talked about like obesity rates or things that some of these retailers will look at.
Now.
You know, and they're like,
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah. I mean, it's truly, so like, you know, businesses, they'll look at that. A friend of mine, he has the crumble cookies down in Oklahoma City. And he had to choose between Oklahoma and Florida. And so you'd think Florida's, you know, where you'd want to go. But what sold him on Oklahoma was the obesity rate.
That's wrong. It's like horrible.
And he's been killing it down there.
It's like the
So I mean, businesses, I mean, they look at that stuff.
I thought you were going to say that the old people in Florida can't eat as many sweets as young people can.
Oh yeah, no, there you go, yeah. They're more.
Killing it, literally.
Literally.
Literally. They're killing us.
Gosh, that's terrible.
yeah, so there's just a variety of statistics on here. I mean, from pretty much everything you can think of: economy, overall poverty rates, household incomes, GDPs.
And does this compare us to other towns?
It does,
can,
yeah. So
yeah.
if you look
Yeah.
at the top, they have identified some comps to us around the country, and then they've identified some cities that we're maybe, you could say, competing against, right? Like this Enid And you can look at United States or Oklahoma. I mean, it's pretty amazing what they have here. Like I considered myself really cutting edge of benchmarking until they did this, and then I'm like, oh, I know nothing. They've done a really good job for us on this.
The conference that they had in Oklahoma City, when they announced the first 3 cities that they were going to be doing, the resources and the products and things that they were bringing into these cities are just amazing. And having Perry being selected as one of the top 3 cities that they were starting with
That was pretty cool.
was really a big deal. I mean, this wasn't just top 3 cities in Oklahoma or even kind of this, southern Midwest area. This is, I mean, they've got, clear up to Ohio and Illinois. I mean, this is the whole Midwest really that they selected these cities from. And for them to pick Perry is pretty impressive. And to make us an investment-ready community is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been meeting with them, and they'll talk about they'll say compared to other cities, your home ownership rate is high. And they're kind of like, maybe you should focus on healthcare because you guys are low in terms of jobs, percentage of jobs that are healthcare. Just giving us kind of tips in that way, which is helpful. But really, I love the stats that they have and the way it's all. I mean, you can do comps, and the reason I love this so much is because, like I said, developers like to dig into this kind of thing when they're looking at coming to a community. So we'll have that on the Develop Perry site. We've chosen kind of the stats that we feel will be helpful to developers based on some developer opinions, and those will be readily available. And this is all data scraped, so it updates as that data updates.
Well, I think you answered my question, but it's exciting that they'll even give us advice on how to help areas where we're not as good as we could possibly be.
Yep. And they'll connect you to organizations to help you with that. I remember one of the topics that they talked about with these smaller communities was the need for food programs for kids and for youth and for schooling, getting the kids the equipment, the technology, and things that they need to make their schools more attractive for employers, for employees coming to your area. And they had presenters that came up there and be like, oh yeah, this is what we do for schools. This is what we do for food programs. So there's a lot of resources that Heartland Forward brings that is now open to us as a city and a community.
Yeah, I know they're working with Chad to figure out,
Okay.
they have some great school programs that he's really excited about. So this is something that isn't just beneficial for us, but like Lauren said, it should raise the water for everybody here in Perry, which will be great.
Will the school be coming to any city council meetings to talk about what's going on there?
We could certainly include them in our community reports.
I think it would be good because of the, I think there's a misconception with our last high school report card being so low, and it was low. But I think for them to be able to speak on how much of that was because of the ACT scores would be beneficial for people to
And what they're
hear.
gonna do to raise it.
What'd you say?
And what they're gonna do to raise it.
Yes, yeah, I think that'd be
Because you can complain
beneficial.
about your grade, but if you're not doing something to fix it,
Yeah.
you're just complaining.
Yeah, but I think that would be good.
I could reach out and ask them if they're interested in doing the community reports along with, because we'll have Main Street, we'll have Chamber, we'll have the museum. That's an opportunity for Melanie to talk about her grants and economic development too. So we could reach out to the school and ask them.
Okay, that'd be great.
So those are kind of the updates with communication. Now, I wanted to open this up to kind of a discussion too, so I'll review some of the goals we had on communication as a council for our strategic plan. So the overall goal was we will improve communications with our citizens and among city council and staff to improve transparency and the effectiveness of city government. And those goals included updating the website and app, specifically the community calendar, the finance tabs, which included budgets, prior budgets, audits, minutes, and the strategic plan. We have all of those things on the website. So I think it would be good to review those and say, okay, what other things do we want to add to the website or app? And for me to take that back to staff and say, what can we implement, what's possible with our restrictions we have. So that's one of the goals. Another one was communicating the strategic plan with the community, which included creating an attractive marketing booklet and talking in a town hall type setting about that, which we've done twice. We haven't made a town hall specifically and only for the strategic plan, which may be something that you guys consider.
Yes.
Beginning the Perry University program, that kind of got put on the back burner, so that's something that we haven't done, and I haven't worked on. And if it's something you want me to do, you'll have to let me know. And then sending out annual resident opinion survey. I talked about that last time. We've sent it out once. It's going out again very shortly. So we'll have those two years of data points. And then the last one is biannual town hall meetings. So coordinating with council to do 2 meetings annually for town halls. And talk about maybe budget or maybe strategic plan or survey, or I think there's a variety of topics, but those are kind of the communication goals that you guys have in place. We've met some of them. We've met really most of them with the admin goals, but if you take a step back and look at kind of the broader goal, we could add more admin goals based on the broader goal.
When you have a town hall meeting, do you have to have a specific agenda, or can it be an open forum?
You could structure it.
It can be open.
Yeah, structure it in a way that we're open to questions.
I don't know that I want that. Just a question.
It is possible, at least.
Well, I would think though, if we wanted the topic to be the strategic plan, it'd be better to just go ahead and say that up front.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if we have something, a specific topic that we want to discuss, then I agree with that. I just was wondering. Not that I would want one.
Set one up and give me a present.
Nope.
You want to lead that one, Scott? Yeah.
Getting a cold.
Never know it's possible. What other thoughts do you guys have about these goals? Are they still in line with when you envision communication? Is the goal described there good? Are those the aspects you want us to focus on? Yeah.
And are those listed on the website, the way you communicated them tonight, or is that?
The goals are not you're talking like the website specific things like the calendar, the finances, the audits, or are you talking the communication goals generally?
Well, so I guess I'm getting at it. It's when you pull up the strategic plan on the website, a lot of it's fairly dated, January 2025, and,
Yep.
and some of those kinds of dates. I do think we need to go through there and update kind of what we want to do or what we're doing or what we've even accomplished. Maybe there's an accomplishments or something
Yeah.
button there, but
But I think to you, when we first started doing the strategic plan, it was a kind of a starting period, and we were kind of black and white, this is what we're doing. But I think over time, we've decided that that's something that needs to be alive and keep growing and moving. At least that's where my head was when we started the strategic plan, as opposed to where we're at now.
and I still think some of the things we've got listed there about the budget and audits and that being available is important. The minutes, we definitely need to get those out there.
And all that stuff in green we've done it, so it's on there. And we'll continue to update, but yeah, we have the previous minutes and we put the new ones on. We have the previous audits and we put the new ones on annually. So those things in green have been completed. And I think this is a great discussion to say, okay, well, what other things do we want?
I'm gonna ask this, and I probably shouldn't because it's gonna indicate that I haven't looked at it, but is the calendar, are we feeding it from other entities like
Yeah.
Chamber and?
Yep, so
Main
anything
Street.
they update on their calendar, and we've met with them all individually, anything they update on their calendar feeds automatically to ours. Yep, and the only one who's really kept up with that, as far as I've seen, has been the Main Street. The others just haven't really put their events on there.
And do the website and the app, do they work together, or are they two completely separate?
They're together.
They're together.
Identical.
Okay.
And that's why we have some of the limitations we do. It's great to have an app, but you can't do everything on that.
So as a member of one of these organizations, to get our stuff on the city calendar, we've got to have a second calendar, or how does that? Or someone
They have a
two
Google
different calendars?
Calendar, yeah, so those who are using Google Calendar already don't need a second calendar. If they're not using Google Calendar, then they would need some kind of second calendar in order to update that.
So we basically give them permission.
To enter stuff on our calendar?
Well, they enter it on theirs and it updates on ours. basically.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at. It only takes one update.
Yeah, yeah.
And, yeah, that might be, I don't know if you were headed there, but a good push to try and get some people excited about updating their calendars and events, and then we can communicate, kind of make a bigger push out that, hey, now we got a community calendar that you can see all the events.
Yes, I think it'd be great for the community to be able to go to one place and see everything.
What about?
Even the fairgrounds.
Noble County Fairgrounds, are they part of that?
I don't think we're part of that yet. And that guy didn't update his calendar, so.
He's still on the paper calendar?
Taking snapshots.
I still got.
At a glance.
I still got stone and chisel.
You know, to your point, Randy, about the strategic plan being dated, I think, as I think about other strategic plans, they're almost broad, you know, they're a little more
Well,
broad.
that's what I was just wondering, are we too much of almost a to-do list? And should our stuff that's on the website be broader?
Yeah, I think so.
And then when we do an update or something, we talk about the specific tactics that we want to get done in 2026. But to me, well, I think back to the visual that you made that had the 5 different colored squares that was pretty high level. I think that needs to be out there somewhere on the. We may still need adjustments, but that feels like more what ought to be on the website.
This is more of an action plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for us almost.
Yeah.
Or for the department heads or. And maybe there's a second click that gets you to a meatier document, but that strategic plan would be great to have come up with a lot of different places in our.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think just having something, we need the specific goals, but
Freezing over here.
they're almost internal, right?
Yeah.
And then you brag about them after when you're talking about the general goal, which is communication. And we have that, and it probably could be honed in on. But I mean, when you look at any of these, here we go. So like right here, right, you have strengthen tax base to increase the tax base in Perry and to provide more amenities and services. That's kind of the general goal, and then these are the specific goals to meet that, which people don't necessarily need to see, but we should be talking about.
And then if any projects come up, they have to fall underneath these categories for it to
It
go
helps
along
us-
with our strategic
It helps us
plan.
prioritize.
Right,
If it doesn't
right.
fit one of those broader bullets, we know that, okay, that's something that we either need to discuss more or
Right.
say it's not who we are and we're gonna move on to the next.
I'm gonna sound like Scott. Are we, with the strategic plan, do we need to, has it been voted on?
I don't think
Have we adopted it?
I don't know if voted on is the right word. How did you guys make, it kind of predates me, the more general things.
I don't think
I
we've ever.
don't think we've ever.
We never
The problem
actually
was,
finished
is-
it.
and I, right, because,
Yeah.
and that's what I kept bringing up,
Yeah.
is, but,
Sessions with Kathy.
Yeah.
but I think when we had our last meeting about it, or we've kind of decided that it's a living, breathing
Right.
entity now that.
We started
where-
working on it,
What
then
do
we started-
what do we
Yeah.
adopt in, because it's just gonna be changing as we're going along, so I think just getting it out there, I mean,
Yeah.
I still get people who say, well, you guys should be working on this, and I'm like, it's part of our strategic plan.
Right.
I don't think it would hurt for us to adopt a strategic plan that says these are the 5 broad categories.
These are the pillars
this
that we're
council
working on, or
feels
these
is
are the
important
things,
for us
yeah.
to work on.
Yeah.
And granted, we're
And
gonna
then-
amend it every year with new updated tactics.
Right.
But we're not gonna step outside those 5 big
Yeah.
things
Right.
until we get more done.
Mhm.
That's- yeah. Are you making a motion? No.
Well, I feel like we've gotta have that in front of us almost. You know, that this is that
Right.
50,000 foot level of our plan.
Yeah.
And we're gonna adopt it.
Yep.
And then each year, as a council, we're gonna work to build strong tactics underneath each one of those.
Yeah. Because that's what we're doing now with our strategic plan updates here in this meeting. Each quarter, we're going over one of those 5 things. So I suppose we can put something together that says, our strategic plan is focusing on this area, this area, this area, this area.
Well,
and-
these six
Yeah,
six
these
six
things.
pillars.
Yeah, these 6 things.
Yeah, the last time that was brought up that we needed to finalize it and adopt it, that we had the meeting
Right.
and we dove into the real guts of it, and it's like, we just need to say, this is what we're adopting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it should be these 6
Yeah.
items.
But we can put that together and bring that in our next meeting.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah,
easy enough.
I mean, I feel like I have all the
Yeah.
information I need to make something
Mhm.
general like that I could certainly, I could have it done by next meeting. Like, that's not too much to ask.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump on Randy's bandwagon. Can we, somehow we have to celebrate our wins.
Mhm.
We don't do, I think we're terrible at that.
You know,
And as hard as we all work, we should be able to, and it's not really patting ourselves, the wins of
Yeah.
what Perry's winning at.
Especially in
And
the last
things that we're
2-3 years, we've had a lot.
We-
a lot.
We have.
Yeah, and you guys say that, and I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Like I showed you those Facebook stats, a lot of those are highlighting our wins.
Yeah.
Our newsletter highlights our wins. When we go, we spoke at Rotary today, I speak at other clubs, and I feel like that communication piece, and you guys always say that, like, oh, we're bad at that. I'm like, I don't know what you're really looking for.
I think we're doing a good job of celebrating each first down as we do it. But I don't think we're doing an end of the season wrap-up that says that this is how many games we won.
Yeah.
And that list is all in one place, and maybe, and I know it's hard to get people to come to a town hall unless they're mad about something. But maybe that's a town hall where the first half is
Right.
us discussing the things that we've accomplished.
I know, so maybe we could talk to Katie about this. She had said that, this was a while back, she was like, we should have a state of the city address kind of a thing where it's like we talk about the things that we've done, the things that are happening, and kind of make like a thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that all of us on council can participate in and talk about, a little section of this part of our strategic plan, and here's the things that we've done, and here's the things that we're gonna keep doing, and
I love the idea. Like I said, I'm totally open to whatever. I don't know what else apart from that.
Mhm.
I think I need more ideas.
that could be one of our town halls. I mean, we had that in our goals for having a town hall about strategic plan, and that's where we could do it.
Mhm.
There
I
was
think
some,
it'd be a televised thing as well, so that those that don't come to it, they can still watch it on Facebook, and then you can just have it, you can share it, you can repeat it.
there was something on Facebook the other day, and it was like, what do you like about living in Perry? And I was like, oh no, here we go. And I bet 95% it was positive.
Yeah.
Wow.
The majority of it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it when it goes that way. Huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the activity on Facebook has changed. Because
Yeah.
it seemed like, even when I first got on the council, that the 5 or 6 comments you'd get, 90% of them were
They weren't positive.
negative and maybe even ill-informed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that they're getting the word out is helping.
I do too.
And there's just a lot of positive things going on for this town right now.
I really like that idea. I mean, that's an easy goal for us to add. Create a state of the city, annually highlight our wins as a city, and that's something that we would have to work with and say, okay, how, because I really want you guys to be the ones bragging about it, you know?
Right.
So how do we get all you to do that? And it's something that we can think about as staff and come back with a pitch.
Well, I don't know how everybody else, I don't, I'm not talking about wins so we can brag. I just, so everybody knows what Mary's winning.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think taking pride in the work being done. You know, it's not you, it's all of us. It's Main Street, it's Chamber, it's, you know, everybody.
Okay.
The schools, I think, bragging is, that's a negative word, but taking pride and sharing that with others is important.
Well, you're arming a whole army of apostles to go out and
Yeah.
share the good news about Perry.
And in the void of not doing that is where the negative stuff comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So as you look at some of these other ones, annual resident opinion survey, I'll present on that once we get the results back there. Biannual town hall meetings, we kind of
Nate,
talked about
this
that.
survey, are we working to keep the questions exactly the same so that we can
Very close, yeah.
build a trend line?
Just small adjustments here and there. Yeah, that's the idea. Well, I think you guys kind of hit on these, and the strategic plan, I can come up with an update there, so I got what I need. I mean, if you guys want to talk about other stuff.
Did we decide that we would like for you to put together something that we can adopt?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'll bring something back in the next meeting.
All right. Anything else on communication? All right. We'll go on to item number 9. Consider convening into executive session for annual performance evaluation of City Manager Nate Reed pursuant to Title 25, Section 307.1 of the Oklahoma statutes as amended.
So moved.
Second. And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Worthing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and reconvene into our regular session. I'll make a motion that we reconvene.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Worthing.
Yes. All right, item 11, take any action. So we're not taking action yet, but we talked about the process of moving forward. We've got our forms that we need to fill out by the 13th. Russ will get those and then get them calibrated for us so that by next meeting, we'll have more to go over with you. on
Sounds
that.
good.
All right, so item number 12, upcoming meeting review.
Next meeting will be the
20.
community reports.
Yep, community reports.
So it's gonna be lots of reports.
Mhm.
And we've given all of those, giving those reports some feedback on, hey, you don't need to provide your whole report verbally, they have that in
Well,
writing.
our next one, we'll probably go over one of the other items because we talked about not canceling the next meeting.
Okay, that won't be community reports, it would be tax base.
Okay. We tax base. We'll have an executive session where we go over the performance review
Okay.
as well, and if we add anything else, if anything comes up between now and then.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be strength in tax base, and I can provide, just like I've done the others, some questions, we'll go over our admin goals and current strategic plan.
And then hopefully by next meeting, you can have something put together for us to hopefully adopt for a strategic plan.
Yeah, I'll look at that. I was planning the timeline for the May 1st, or the first meeting in May, but I'll see what I can get done.
Okay. All right, let's go to item 13. Is there any new business? Don't believe there was. If not, we can adjourn.
I noticed on the city calendar, there's comeback celebration listed on there.
Oh, yeah, nice. Very good. I heard of that.
Once or twice.
Yeah, I heard of that.
I'm ready.
Ready? All right, let's call our meeting to order for the Perry Municipal Authority. Have a roll call.
Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall. Davis. Here. Goldar.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea.
Here.
Worthing.
Here. All right, we've got quorum. Item 1, our consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second. And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Worthing.
Yes. All right, we have no new business, so let's adjourn. All right, let's call our meeting to order for the Perry Facilities Authority. Have roll call.
Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall. Davis. Here. Goldar.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea.
Here.
Worthing.
Here. Item 1, our consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second. And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Worthing.
Yes, we have no new business, so we can adjourn.